Hi, I'm Ken Portnoy, and I'm an organizer with 1 Million Cups Fairfax, and I'd like to welcome you to this recording of the presentation from our January 10th, 2024 meeting with Joe Jablonski of the Referral Buddy. If you would like more information about 1 Million Cups, use the link shown and copy that into your browser. If you'd like to join us at 1 Million Cups, use the registration link shown, and I will look forward to seeing you at a future meeting.
Excellent. Joe Jablonski has been in the carpet cleaning and carpet repair business for 25 years. He recognized a great opportunity that he's going to speak about today and has created a product called Referral Buddy. And with that, it's my pleasure to turn over the mic to Joe Jablonski.
Thank you, John, and thank you for the opportunity. Yes, I've been a contractor for 25 years. Did a lot of networking, referral networking through BNI and different organizations. And really, when I was in BNI, I would pass referrals to people, and they would, I would check up on the referrals to see, hey, did you call Susan? Well, I don't know, can you call the office and check? And I started getting frustrated with that, where my referrals weren't being tracked. So I created Referral Buddy over COVID when I had some free time to kind of track and monetize referrals. Because on the other hand, I got sick of using Angie's List and Home Advisor and all these services that were charging me $50 a lead and giving the same lead to other companies. I said, well, why can't I just, if somebody wants to refer a job to me, why can't my friend that has an HVAC company make the $50 instead of a billion-dollar company, and try and keep it more at home and have more accountability and profitability for the people that I work with. And also, there are contractors that I trust. They're not just some random person online. They're somebody that I know, and I know is going to take care of my customer. So what I'm really looking for now is, to find somebody to help me run this, because I got in over my head. As I said, I'm a carpet cleaner. I'm not a tech guy. I had a developer make the app, and I didn't realize how much was involved, how much money was involved, how much time, and how much I really didn't know about what I was doing. So I'm really looking for somebody to help and manage and run, and somebody that help, look for funding and do some marketing and take that, because right now I'm pretty much just overwhelmed with it. I started in 2021. We went live in 2022. Based in Northern Virginia. The app can be used for anyone that wants to pass a referral for any business, and you track the progress. It's not, you don't charge for a lead. What happens is when you track the progress of the lead or the referral, and when the referral is completed, then there's the opportunity to give a commission or a finder's fee to whoever passed you the referral when the process is complete. And so far, it's, like I said, it's on iOS at this point. I would like to get it on Android, in the near future, and it's to build the audience. What's that? For Apple, it's on Apple. You can get it in the Apple Store. It's live now, and yeah, and that's the problem that I wanted to solve, was to, just to track referrals between businesses and monetize it, because everybody else is making money off these referrals. All the big companies. Why can't the businesses passing the referrals make some money as well, instead of the big companies? Yeah, I think I talked about this already, that generates revenue by when a referral is passed. There's a processing fee. It's $1 processing fee that I get off of the referral. Other than that, and the amount for the commission is basically determined between the referrer and the vendor. That's predetermined, and can be $1, it can be $1,000. It doesn't matter, whatever's agreed upon them. One of the things that was mentioned to me by a real estate agent, said, well, I don't want any money from my referrals. So one of the things I'm going to do in the future, or like to do, is have an option there for, maybe charity donation, or that's what I recommend to people. If you don't want to be paid for your referrals, well, donate it to your favorite charity, and do that. What do we offer? Quick and easy method to refer customers and projects to reliable vendors, while also welcoming new referrals to enhance your own business. Ideal clients. I'm a contractor, so I've been using it with contractors and realtors. I do a lot of work with residential property managers, and those are kind of the avenues that I've started with. I've been offered or had conversations with networking groups to try and get it to, for them to use it for their referrals that are passed. One of the things that we don't have at this point that they wanted would be like to have a CRM system, so they could track everything and do monthly reports and really keep track of their numbers. Unique value that we provide is, anybody can be a referral source for anyone, for any company, any of their friends. And then what differentiates us is the business is a known, trusted business that that you're referring, and you're not paying for a lead. You're just providing a commission when the job is complete. Target audience is, mentioned contractors, realtors, property managers. Home inspectors would be a good one. Influencers in the home service industry is kind of where I was going after first, just because they can find a lot of problems in the house and, have a lot of jobs that they can refer out. So far, I've been doing a little bit of social media, did a little bit of, email marketing, but really I'm just in the beginning stages. Even though it's live, I haven't really kicked anything off. I just did a bunch of updates to the app, or the developer did a bunch of updates to the app. So now I'm comfortable with it, where it's at now to really get out and market it, promote it, and get going. Some of the things are repetitive and my answers, but it's really my biggest competitors, I would say, would be Angie's List, House, Thumbtack. Angie's List is Angie now. It's a $1.5 billion company. House is a $4 billion company. I feel like I'd rather pass this money along between my friends and businesses that I like, instead of giving them more money. Yeah, I'd like to maybe find some businesses in different markets and different areas that I could talk to and get them using the app, and try and get them going and get some different perspectives, because right now it's just really a point of getting a lot of feedback and ideas from people. And I have a couple contractor friends that we've been really helped me since the beginning, and I've been getting their feedback and making changes and stuff. But I really would like to find, again, somebody to help run the business and manage that side of things, because with the carpet cleaning business, and I do some other stuff as well, it's definitely been lacking. I can't keep spinning all the plates. Otherwise everything's just going to crash. So that's really it. I appreciate the
I
time.
think that's a great background on your business and how you got here. And it sounds like since you started in 2021, that you've been pounding your head against this problem for an extended period of time, including during the wild and crazy pandemonium that we passed through during that period. I'm sure that there are lots of questions and maybe even suggestions about how this can be expanded in a way that'll be effective. So, Mr. Norse, you're up in the room.
I stay here, or do I have to move up?
If you come up here, I'm sure you'll get better sound.
All right. On my way.
Plus, people will be able to see the sweatshirt.
That's right. Spider Nation. Joe, my question is, if you're obviously in a sense pre-revenue, my question is, if you're pre-revenue, how are you going to go about hiring someone, paying them, compensating, or what are you going to offer them equity? What's the value proposition that I would want to come work for you?
I was more looking for somebody that would be a partner more so than an employee. Yeah, somebody with the experience. Thank you.
So oftentimes we have people who come to us and ask, how do I find more customers? So this is an unusual question for us at 1 Million Cups. It's not focused on gaining customers, but it's really focused on how to leverage the community to build a business that's an idea inside Joe's head and that he's carried forward. So Jen, you had your hand raised?
Yeah, I was just curious. You mentioned BNI and not being the right fit. Are you open to other organizations like a Nexco, or are you looking more for something like the trades groups to help potentially be a partner or a group that might invest, right? If I think about who's already got these referral networks that you could stand up, doing it organically may be challenging. So I'm just wondering if you're considering going to some of these groups to help, not BNI, but like Nexco or others, chambers, to help market or maybe seek partnership.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be open to talking to anyone or any type of referral groups. It's not necessarily contractors. That's just where I started with because that's my background, what I have experience with. And I'm not against BNI either. I mean, it did a lot of good for me in the time that I was there. So yeah.
So if this is a quiet moment, I have a question for you. Are you looking for somebody to step into the referral buddy business? Or might it be interesting for you to have somebody to step into your carpet and cleaning business so that you could step away from there and build that business to where it was generating sufficient seed money for referral buddy? Is that an alternative that might be considered possible?
I mean, it's possible. I don't have the experience, and I realized that very quickly with technology. I have more experience in the carpet cleaning side of things. And sure, I would love for somebody to run that business, but financially it's not, it's feasible. I can't afford to pay somebody to manage that, but I would definitely would like more look for a partner for the referral buddy.
Mr. Rutenberg.
I think Zach is up before me.
Oh, thanks, John. So I want to ask, have you defined the profile of your ideal business partner more than just, someone to manage tech and raise funds, but do you have a lot more details about the type of person you're looking for, the type of person you want to partner with? Because it could give you a good idea of where of the places to look to find that perfect partner.
Well, yeah, great question. Yeah, somebody with more of a kind of a tech background and personable and more personable than me. And hey, John. Yeah.
Like, would you want this person to be like the face of the company, or would you want to still be the face of it?
To me, that doesn't matter. I don't care if I'm the face of it or if they're the face of it. It makes no difference whatsoever. I just want to make money.
Great answer, by the way. So to the group, I've gotten to know Joe, and I worked with him a little bit along with Ken in prepping for today. So if you will, I learned a little bit more about the business, and he's very humble, number one, which is a good trait. But so when you say to help run the business, that's a very general term, and I understand what you mean. But as we've talked, and maybe you want to talk a little bit about this, if you could market the product in whatever are the best methods, and all of a sudden went from pre-revenue to revenue, your story changed. You enhance your story, because as we've talked, you have a good story. 25 years as a contractor, saw this gap. Wow, I've heard so many people talk about this over the years. So I think focusing in on the marketing and sales component to get 500 contractors using the platform That'll attract capital.
Yes,
my
yes, thank you. And yeah, I agree. And that's going back to what Zach said. That's definitely what I would like to look for in somebody, is somebody that has that tech background that can really run it and have the suggestions, you know, for updates and changes from the technical side. And this is what we can do, and this is, you know, maybe what we can't do. More so than, like, you know, financially, but just the I guess the tech angle from it.
Mhm.
Tiffany, in the room?
Yeah, is it okay? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I was actually just gonna suggest going directly to suppliers. You know, like large suppliers, they obviously have teams and they obviously want their clients to refer more clients. So, and they probably have somebody on staff that has some sort of tech savviness that maybe you could work with. It's kind of a win-win opportunity. So going, instead of finding one individual person, finding large referral or large supplier vendors, whatever industry it is. I have a lot of experience with home improvement, so maybe it would be like, for me, Owens Corning or ADC Supply or something like that.
Okay, yeah, that's a great idea. I didn't think about that. Thank you.
So, Bazil, step forward to the camera.
Yes, I'm
So
not
did-
on. Can you guys see me?
Step forward a little bit. There we go.
Yes, can you guys see me? Okay, I'm not connected, but I'm here. Don't listen to them. I'm just kidding. I have a suggestion for you. There's a lot of organization where the referral system is not tracked. So I'll just make a list of them, the partner that you're trying to get, and get them to contact them. Sure, you have the BNI of the world, naturally, but you have a whole slew of other organizations who don't have a system, and they will appreciate, I think, the opportunity to be paid on the referrals.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. And one of the things that I was thinking about for the referral networks, that, you know, to give them an incentive to use the app, to, you know, give them a percentage, or, you know, whatever percentage of the processing fees they're going to be using the app for the track.
Yeah, I think that's a bright idea, and that way they will be incentivized to promote it.
Yeah.
And then the money goes to their organization that allow them to have money to run their business.
Okay. You know anybody has a referral now?
I'm thinking of that.
Emmanuel, you want to take your opportunity, please?
Good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year. Thank you for a great presentation. I think on the last meeting, not the last one, the one before it, I made a similar suggestion about how businesses could refer to each other, and I hope that we can put this in an agenda. And I think this app is a great way to kind of take it one step above what I was thinking. And I think the Mason incubator program could do a lot with this. I think that's probably one of the angles that we can look at on how to move forward with this. But it's an excellent idea, and I think it's something that we can all support. And all businesses need to support each other, and this is the best way to do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Emmanuel.
So, James, you want your first round?
Me?
That's you.
Can you hear me?
No, I need you to come over here.
Oh,
Well, we can hear you.
Yes.
You want to scare off.
Hi, guys.
I apologize for not setting the camera up for somebody so tall.
That's okay. So here's the question. And maybe I just wasn't clear. I'm still really not sure the problem they're trying to solve. Right? So we can talk about here's what it can do, and here's, like, we need a CRM and people, but a solution only works if people really understand there's a problem that needs to be solved. And I'm not 100% clear that message is clear for you yet.
Okay.
About what it is we're actually trying to solve. And I think if that was clearer, maybe then people might be a little bit more receptive. But most of the market doesn't even understand there is a problem. Does that make sense? So
Just to clarify, you mean like the problem, why I created the app, or the problem with my challenge question?
well, you're looking for someone to help in the business, right? The tech and raise funds. Well, you can't raise funds for something where there isn't a solution or a problem that it's solving.
Okay.
And all I'm saying is right now, sitting there, and it could just be me because I'm an idiot, is I'm not clear what the problem is. Like I haven't heard something and go, okay, that makes sense to me.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
sure, yeah, then that's.
I mean,
that's a good point.
we all talk about referrals and it's important, but is it $100 million problem? Is it a $2 billion problem we're trying to solve? Like, what is it? Like, what is it we're trying to do?
I appreciate your comments. Yeah, for me, it's just the problem of tracking referrals and being monetized for them. And instead of having these big companies make all the money, why can't you make the money? Why can't anybody in this room make the money instead of Angie, who's got $2 billion? When I guess the problem would be, you know, people are going online searching for these companies that they don't even know who they're going to get.
Sure.
And usually it's the, you know, race to the bottom. They want the cheapest company. The companies I'm referring are not the cheapest companies. They're the best companies that I know of. And I want to refer those companies to my customer. I don't want to send my customer, hey, go to Home Advisor and see who's the best guy on there, you know, who signed up for there. I want to say, hey, this is the best HVAC company that I know, and I'm going to send them to you because I trust them and I want them to take care of you because you're my customer. And, you know, it's very personal. I spent 8 years in BNI. I've been doing the networking for a long time. And I got a lot of bad referrals in some of those groups, just because people wanted to get the numbers down. And to me, it was it just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my second round.
Stand on the X, Ken. Yeah.
There we go.
Stand on the box.
Thank you.
Yes.
Did somebody get me a box? My question is a kind of basic one, and I think it might help you structure a lot of the things that people are asking you about. And that is, do you have a business plan? And I'm not suggesting that a business plan is an important document, but that developing a business plan is an important process that requires you to do, like James was describing, figure out what the problem is you're solving, figuring out what your market is, and figuring out the value of that market, and figuring out the cost of developing what you want to do to deliver to the market you've identified. So if you don't have a business plan, I recommend the business planning process very strongly.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Ken. And that's interesting. I actually, after the meeting last week, I spoke with Zach and we talked about that. That was one of the things that he suggested as well, and sent me a podcast on how to, you know, get started with that, because I don't have one. And I realize it's very important.
Just another instance of great minds gathering together to help entrepreneurs. Zach, I think you're on your second round.
I am, yeah, thank you. And so I wanted to ask also, are you open to having all of this, like the ability to manage tech and raise the funds? Are you just looking for that in one partner, or would you be open to looking for funding separately with the intention of hiring a CTO maybe to manage all the tech? Because that might be an easier path than looking for that all in one person. Because it's hard to imagine somebody who has both qualities would be able to do all that, who would also be willing to stop whatever they're currently doing to work on this full time with you. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I'm open to anything that's going to help. Yeah.
And I just want to remind you that all of these comments will be available on video after the meeting, so you can review the great ideas. John Foster. Oh,
Should I stand up over here?
yeah.
Come up over here. Don't trip on the box.
Come on over here. Get up on the box.
There we go. This isn't directly answering the challenge question, but just something that came to mind with regards to referrals. Because I was thinking about, you know, the community organization out there like Next Door. And I see people in there making referrals, and that's the kind of thing I think you're looking to solve. Is it people giving referrals for free, and why not get compensated in some way for those referrals? So I'm thinking about, is there a way to use your system, go into I don't know if next door from an organizational standpoint where you'd go, but is that this problem you're trying to solve, going back to what James was asking about?
Yeah, and more so like the lead generating services, like next doors as well. I mean, as a carpet cleaning business, I pay, I don't know, $150 a month to next door.
Okay.
And so yeah, they're making money too from contractors as well. So yeah, it's a good idea I haven't thought about looking into them. Direction.
Okay.
James, because you're at the top left, take it to the top. Brazil, you want it on the top? Yeah. Okay. Brazil, come on forward.
I just have a question. You mentioned, am I the right place?
You're okay.
Connected.
You're just fine.
Okay, I have a question. You mentioned the quality of the contractors. The question that comes to mind, how are you going to maintain that once you go out there? Because it seems to me that that's something you're very much concerned with.
Yes.
But are you going to maintain the quality of the workmanship
Because
once he goes out there? I'm just asking.
Because I feel that if somebody's going to refer to one of their own customers, and that's generally how the app is set up, is that they're going to refer one of their own customers, they're not going to refer somebody they don't trust. I mean, it's on them, the personal responsibility, especially if they're going to be paying that contractor. Or if they want to make money from that contractor too, the finder's fee. I don't think anybody's going to refer somebody that it's not confident.
It makes sense, because I understand from an example you mentioned, I won't name the organizations, it was driven to give a referral. So therefore, the referral was going out without necessarily the qualification. That's how you're going to solve it?
I mean, I'm assuming the person that's going to refer the contractor is going to pre-qualify the vendor that they're referring, and it's generally somebody that they know personally or they know or work with. So it's not just somebody, there's no list of contractors in the app to choose from. It's you personally referring directly, business to business.
Very good. Thank you.
James, you got knocked off the corner. John Norris, and then back to John Rudenberg.
Well, that's a quick one. Do you have an active account or client, like a beta that's actually in use, that's using it, that you can say, pitch my organization, say, hey, we're working with Ken's company and here's what they're experiencing, or you can call Ken and they could speak about their experience?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, there's two contractors. One is a water restoration contractor, and I've referred maybe 6 or 7 jobs to him because I used to do that service and I stopped doing it. And me personally, from his company, I've made about $2,500 just in commission. There's another company that I've paid out to, a company that does only area rug cleaning. They stopped doing wall-to-wall carpet, so they send me all their referrals for wall-to-wall carpeting, and I've paid him almost $900 just in referral fees. So there's a couple companies, and I'm thinking about talking to them about maybe doing
not any like network type, like bigger scale.
I haven't yet. No, it's just I'm just now comfortable with everything and the way that it's working. We went through a couple different updates. We went through some hits where I had to switch servers, which was a big hit and financially and several months. We went through card testing online in various countries, trying to run stolen credit cards. We've gone through several things even before really getting going. So it's been challenging, but now I'm confident that we're ready to get moving.
Jen, did you have your hand up?
I did. I was going to ask a similar question. If you're using this for your partners, it sounds like you are. And I do think having testimonials around that and some social media where you can say, here's how much you've paid out, here's how much, folks have received would be huge. So that was a similar question and comment, but I would definitely go down that path. People need to see it to believe it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Before I call on you, John Rutenberg, I'm going to fill in a hole you left in your introduction, which is for everyone who has access to the chat, please put your information into the chat so there's a record for us to distribute to Joe. And so Joe can then get back in touch with you from the information you put into chat. We'll be providing that to him. If you haven't put your information into chat, please go ahead and do that not at your leisure, but sooner rather than later. Mr. Rutenberg?
Thank you. So I want to address the problem that Referral Buddy solves, and it is twofold. For years in multiple industries, and I'll come back to that, contractors have made referrals to other contractors just for the niceness of it. And by monetizing it, you're creating pretty close to passive income for a group of contractors who every day are pounding nails or fitting pipe or whatever their trades are in the construction world. And second, they can now track that I, in fact, sent to XYZ HVAC company 5 deals in a row. But it's the monetizing. So I've heard, and I'd be curious, I saw Tom Shipe in the room, in the senior world, in senior care management, I understand that's an industry where people want to make referrals to each other and would love to capture referral fees. So the problem you're solving is people have been doing something informally because they're all nice people. And there's an opportunity for them to be compensated and expand the accountability, which will only make the referrals better. And Joe, I would imagine your lawyer will someday have this provision called buyer beware. Even though the homeowner is not your customer, the contractors are. And last point is, I believe that you could have 50 of your closest contractors on the site in the next 90 days if you had someone who was focused on setting that up and bringing them on and getting them up and running. And then you would have proof of concept pretty darn quick, which says to me that of the 3 needs you have, getting people up and running, which in your challenge question to me is the most important part of running the business. It's not counting the beans. Secondly, it's being able to translate your contractor's needs into technical requirements so that a programmer can, but you're not looking for a CTO. Someone earlier, in my opinion, if anything, you're looking for a marketing savvy person who can take your 50 closest people and with you reach them, get them start using the platform. And 90 days after they've used the platform, you're gathering great feedback from them and you're building a story that is capable of raising money when you got 50 people working on it and using it and giving you the testimonials. So to me, I think that's your highest priority, getting the first 50 up and finding a person who can help you with that.
Yeah,
Is my
yeah,
thought.
good point. Thank you, John.
You bet.
Zach, come on back.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, so as Joe mentioned before, and we spoke after the meeting last week, and I got to understand more of what he's looking for. I do think this is a really great service. I think it's absolutely solving a problem in the referral space. And I think a thorough business plan will define this more. But regarding your pitch and your mission statement, and I think you should stay away from saying things like why should the Angie's List of the world be making all the money on the referrals? Just because your users, I'm assuming your users aren't going to be using your app to make money, unless that's your intention. I'm not sure. But to me, the main problem you're solving, the reason that your users are going to want to use the app is because they want to send and receive referrals that they can trust from people they know rather than just companies that pay the most to Angie's List.
Yes, thank you. That's a good point. It's just, I guess, personal chip I have
Right.
after some issues. But
of course,
yeah,
that makes sense.
And I have a good friend, like I said, that does area rug cleaning, and he's been sending me work for a couple of years now. I sent him $750 through the app, and the referrals he sent me in the past week, they've increased quite a bit. He's actively asking his customers if they need wall-to-wall carpet cleaning services when he doesn't provide it, just to send it to me. So I kind of, even though he was doing something great for me anyway, I kind of gave him a little bit of incentive to, send me some more work, and it multiplies. So yeah, that's more of the angle that I would like to go to, is, just the benefit for the contractors.
I think there's some great synergy in that. You
Yeah.
get a community passing around referrals and cash.
Yeah.
And pretty soon that will build up a lot of momentum. What I'd like to do is I'd like to close out this portion of the meeting. We are always looking to add people to our cadre of organizers. Being an organizer goes both ways. You get to make a contribution to our 1 Million Cups Fairfax community by helping us to put this program together and expand it. But it also provides you an opportunity to expand your skills in leadership, collaboration, marketing, and coaching. It's a valuable engagement, and we're really good people. If you have an inclination to join up with another community activity, we would love to have you join our organizer cadre for the benefit of our community and for the benefit of yourself. If you would like more information about 1 Million Cups, use the link shown and copy that into your browser. If you'd like to join us at 1 Million Cups, use the registration link shown, and I will look forward to seeing you at a future meeting.